Hello, my name is Leslie Dennis, and I'm a music curriculum training specialist here at QuaverEd. We are excited to share with you some QuaverMusic activities that will help support you in incorporating movement into your lessons and to help make those musical concepts stick. Before we dive in, let's get started with a movement warm-up blast-off. I invite you to move along with me and perform this song.
QuaverMusicals! I've got an itch in my brain to find out what's up there. I'd like to fly to the great beyond. I will study, do the training to become an astronaut. Put my body through the testing, give it everything I've got. To hear that 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off into the sky. We'll be going up, get ready to fly. We'll be coming down with something to say. We'll be telling everyone what we did in outer space today.
Wow, what a fun way to get your students up and moving. You could even have a discussion about the intentions of the movements and how they connect to the music. Before we go any further, we first need to address the real question at hand. Why is movement important? This is actually a great question. Let's take a look at a few reasons. Movement helps develop fine motor and gross motor skills. Students retain musical concepts better when movement is involved. Movement definitely helps students connect with emotions, whether it's connecting with their own emotions or emotions that are felt by a composer or a specific topic of a song. Including movement in your music class addresses the National Coalition for Core Art Standards and state standards, which must be taught. And the last one, movement certainly encourages student engagement. I could go on and on with the importance of movement, but let's get started. We have 3 main objectives we will focus on in this webinar. Number 1, show a variety of ways to incorporate movement and teach musical concepts and objectives. Number 2, offer student tools to develop self-awareness and self-expression through movement. And number 3, offer tools to increase student engagement and learning through movement. Let's head over to the teacher dashboard so we can look at the variety of ways you can incorporate movement to help teach musical concepts and objectives. In our core resources, we have icebreakers and warm-ups that are great to use with your choir or any music setting. We will start with an icebreaker. Click Icebreakers. Let's perform 3/4 meter. This is an activity found in the Choral Resources Icebreakers category, but is also accessible through Teacher Toolbox in the Movement category. I love this one. Here we're giving students an opportunity to practice and perform 3/4 meter using body percussion. Start by clicking on the strong beat, which is the larger sun, to change the movement. Then click the smaller suns to change the movement of the weak beats. You have 3 different tempos to practice with the music. If the spinners all land on the same movement, remember to talk to your students about how to show the difference between the strong and weak beats so that everything will not look the same. Let's perform track number 2. Here we go. exit out of Icebreakers and head back to the Choral Resources dashboard. Now, we'll try a warm-up. Fiddle breaths is a great vocal warm-up to use. You can also include movement to enhance proper breathing and, of course, to help make those techniques stick. Let's just practice breathing before we start. You're going to breathe in for 2, click on the number 2, and we will exhale for 8, click on the number 8, then click Start to begin. Now, let's add movement to it. Everyone, get your violin and pick up your bow. I'm going to be mirroring, so I'm demonstrating the opposite to help you with arm placement. Let's try the activity again, but this time our bow will go up to inhale and go down to exhale. We will use the same 2 beats to inhale and 8 to exhale. Here we go. We did it! For some students, adding that movement helps them to feel the longevity of the inhaling and exhaling. Let's head back to the teacher dashboard to take a look at our next activity. We will be searching in Resource Manager. Click on Topic Index, then Movement, and then Art Music Movement Videos. To view all of our art music movement videos, click on the Video tab in the center. Let's launch Carnival of the Animals number 7, Aquarium. Here is a movement activity to reinforce form. We will use the Performance Plus video so you can follow along and see the listening map while we perform. If you have a scarf nearby or even a tissue handy, you might want to grab it. If you don't have either of the two, hey, I'm sure you know how to pretend. Here we go. We're going to come back to this in just a second for even more movement opportunities. We've looked at some resources that you can easily use to incorporate movement when teaching musical concepts. Let's close out of this video and move into movement opportunities for Focus 2. Next, we will check out some resources that help students develop self-awareness and self-expression through movement. We have so many hidden gems inside our art music movement videos. Looking at the screen with all the movement videos, go down to the bottom to the different colored buttons. We are going to open up the activities inside of the movement button. Click the movement button. On the first slide, you will see the movement words that are used in the teacher instruction video, but when we click on the blue arrow, we are taken to the expressive elements. When you click on the play button for one of the prompts, you will hear Melissa telling you first listen, then imagine, and then move. That's right, everyone. So listen very closely, then imagine what is going on and be ready to move. Let's try prompt 1.
Listen for the strange shifting chords. Imagine large, gentle waves. Move to show the mysterious waves.
This expressive element screen helps your students imagine what might be going on in the music so they can express what they hear through movement and in turn help to make it stick. To see more art music movement videos, let's exit this screen to head on back to Resource Manager to see the rest of the videos we have to offer. Oh, but I'm not finished. We have more. Next up is Rocky Mountain. This wonderful folk song has a great dance you can find in Resource Manager by typing Rocky Mountain into the search bar. We will be using the Song Styles screen, so we will need to click on the Audio tab and then launch this screen. I love song styles. They are so fun. Start by having your students split into 3 groups. Each group will be assigned a version of the song. Next, have your students create movements in their groups to coordinate with the lyrics. Once they are done creating their moves, allow each group to perform their movements for the class. The catch is they have to wait until it is their turn to perform before they can hear the song version. After each group gets a chance to perform their version, allow them to assess the movements they created. Do they still match the song style that was assigned? Do they need to adjust any of the movements to better match with the style? Some groups may be totally fine with their movements, but others may discover the movements didn't exactly match the song style. Aha! All right, advanced students, you have your movements already practiced and ready to go. Here we go with all 3 versions. Let's try version 1 first.
Rocky Mountain, Rocky Mountain, Rocky Mountain high. When you're on that Rocky Mountain, hang your head and cry. Do, 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 remember me. Do, do, remember me.
Now, let's try version 2.
Rocky Mountain, Rocky Mountain, Rocky Mountain high. When you're on that Rocky Mountain, hang your head and cry. Do, 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 remember me. Do, 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 remember me. Do, 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 remember me. Do, 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 remember me.
Alrighty, let's listen to version 3.
Rocky Mountain, Rocky Mountain, Rocky Mountain high. When you're on that Rocky Mountain, hang your head and cry. Do, 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 remember me. Do, 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 remember me.
so fun, right? Let's go ahead and shift our focus to our last objective. Click on the exit button so we end up right back at Resource Manager. In this last segment, we will be taking a look at tools to increase student engagement and learning through movement. We will be performing everyone's favorite Eensy Weensy Spider. We're going to be looking at an ORF arrangement, which we can search for in Resource Manager by typing Learn the Parts. We then click on Eensy Weensy Spider, Learn the Parts, and launch that screen. This is a song that our younger students love, but adding a Learn the Parts arrangement allows you to make this song really fun and challenging for your older students. Everyone attending this webinar probably knows how to climb up the water spout with our fingers. However, in this Learn the Parts song activity, we have instrument parts in our bodies first. Start by saying the rhythmic chant of the alto and bass xylophones, and then add movements to go with the chant, like this. Go, go, spider, go. And now with movements, go, go, spider, go. Are we ready to try these moves with music? Of course we are. Click on the play button. Here we go. Go, go, spider, 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 go. When your students are ready, add the drum part by chanting first, then adding the movement. Up the water spout. Climb the spout now. Here's our movements. Up the water spout. Climb the spout now. A good challenge would be to keep the movement with the chant in their heads and still keep the tempo. Click play so we can try this with the music. Don't forget, there are also instrument parts to add at a later date. Up the water spout. Climb the spout now. 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 Toggle to view the music notes by clicking on the 8th notes located above Master Volume. Talk about a great way to scaffold and make it stick. Click on the exit button at the bottom right to take us back to Resource Manager. Then click on the exit button at the top right to return to the teacher dashboard. Let's end with one of my favorite activities in Teacher Toolbox, Rhythm Selecta. Click on the Teacher Toolbox icon right underneath New Content. Here we can find fun, interactive, and engaging activities you can add to any lesson. Rhythm Selecta can be found in the Composition and Literacy category. Click that next. Scroll down to find and open Rhythm Selecta. This is a wonderful screen to use because you have so many choices on what to do. On the bottom right, you can select which option works best for the level of difficulty. Your students can drag over the icons to create rhythmic patterns, then ramp up the level of fun and engagement by having students move to the words. Let's try one now. Let's grab that B and drag it into line 1. Drag over the sh sound over to line 2 in the first box. And now let's do the same for chicken. Drag it over, put it right next to shh on the second row. Let's put 2 dogs next to chicken, so this will finish line 2. Okay, we are now ready to perform the chant. I've got movements for us as well. Bzzz, shh, chicken, dog, dog. Okay, now we've got to press play to add the music. Bzzz, shh, chicken, dog, dog. You can't deny that backing track will really get your students up and moving. This is another activity where we can level up to instrument playing or just show a different way to display the rhythms. First, we can flip the cards to show the beats. Click on Flip All. Then we can toggle to rhythm syllables for more practice. Click on Syllables. Rhythm Selecta is so fun, and best of all, you can use it for multiple grade levels. Let's click on option 2 real quick and take a quick look. Now let's click on option 3 and take a quick look to find more challenging rhythm patterns and note values. All right, let's get back to our webinar objectives. Wow, we've looked at and moved to a bunch of great activities. Let's recap those objectives before we go. Number 1, we showed a variety of ways to incorporate movement and teach musical concepts and objectives. Number 2, we offered students tools to develop self-awareness and self-expression through movement. And number 3, we offered tools to increase student engagement and learning through movement. All right, it's time to wrap it up. I hope you found at least one resource you can try with your students tomorrow. Don't forget to go to Quaver PD for our wonderful training videos and join the QuaverMusic Teachers Facebook group to see how Quaver teachers are using our great resources. And finally, customer service is always here to help you. Thank you everyone for joining me, and have a Quaverific rest of your school year.
Music in you, music in me. You've got the music in you, I've got the music in me. Music is everywhere, all around and in the air. Ooh, expressing what we feel and see.